Welcome to the Code with Reza channel. My name is Reza and I'm here to teach you Python. Today I want to talk about working with databases in Python. I will use SQLite for this video. For working with a database, we first need to get a connection with that database, and then we need to get a cursor to be able to execute SQL statements. Now let's see how we can do it in Python. We first need to import a module which is SQLite 3. So import SQLite 3. Now from SQLite 3, we can use the connect method and pass the name of our database. Let's say cars.db. And we want to have this connection in a variable as connection because this connect returns a connection object. From this connection object, I will get a cursor. So connection dot cursor. I can save it in a variable called cursor. Now using this cursor, I can create a database. I can create a table. I can insert into the table. I can query the table. So let's first create a table for our database. Cursor dot execute. We need to pass our SQL statement into the execute method. So I will say create table if not exists vehicle is the name of our table. It has a model which is text. It has a year which is integer, and it has a color which again is a text. We need to always commit our connection and then close it. So let's run it so that we can create the database and this table. At the moment, if you look at here, I don't have any file. It's only main.py. But when I run this, oh, I forgot to close this parenthesis. As soon as I run this application, look at here, there is a cars.db. This is our database which is created for us. Now that we have the DB, let's continue. Now let's insert a record and query our database. So we need the connection, we need the cursor, but here we need to execute different thing. So I will say cursor dot execute. What we want to execute is an insert statement. Insert into vehicle, our table, values. For example, it's a Honda car, it's for 2011, and it is green. After we run this, it inserts this record into the table. We then need to see if the record exists. So I would say cursor dot again execute. Now this time a select statement. Select sr from vehicle. How do we see the result? We see the result by looking at we print cursor dot fetch one because we only have one record. So we execute the insert, we execute the select, and we get the only record which is there from the cursor, and then we print it. So let's have a look. Look at here. This is what we had inserted into the table. We can insert more than one record at a time. So here we are inserting one record. We can do more than one record. So let me remove this line. And instead, I will define a variable. I will say all cars, for example. It's a list. and I want to insert three records. Each record should be in a tuple. So one, two, three records. The first record is the first column is BMW, the name BMW, which is the name of the car or the model of the car. Then for 2022, for example, and it is black. This is one record. The other one is Benz, for example, 223 and white. And the third one is Kia 2020 and let's say blue. Now that we have all our data inside a variable, which is a list of tuples, we can come and say cursor that execute many this time. It's not execute, it's execute many. And we say insert into vehicle values one, two, three, because our table, vehicle table, has three columns. So three question marks for each column, one question mark, and then we say we pass all cars. It inserts all these three in one statement. We can do a select and we can see the result. But the problem here is fetch one only shows one result. We have more than one result. We have three results here, and there was another record we created in the previous video. So we need to say fetch all. This cursor.fetch all gets and shows all the records that we are fetching using this SQL query. So let's run it. We get here Honda, which was the record that we had created first, then BMW, Benz, and Kia. Look, it's in one list. Instead of fetch all, which shows all of them in one list, we can loop through the list and print all the records. How do we do that? Instead of this one, I can easily say for record in records print record. So when you look at this time, it's each line has one row in the table. It's in one line. This one is a little bit slower when we use it. So it is recommended that we use a fetch all. So it's recommended to use cursor.fetch all, which is this one. But again, if you want it, you can use the loop for loop 2. Now let's find all cars made in 2012. Let's remove this insert part which we don't need. What we need is cursor dot execute select a star from vehicle where year equals 2011. Let's run it. This is our green Honda. This works fine, but there is only one important issue with this query, and that is it is not safe against SQL injection. SQL injection can easily happen when we want to get this variable from a user and then, for example, pass it like this. 2011. If you want to build the statement like this, Imagine 2011 is in a variable. Then you want to use this way. The SQL injection can happen very easily, which is not very safe. So in this case, it is recommended in all languages to have a variable, for example, made year, and in Python it should be tuple. So we need only one 2011, and single tuple needs one comma. We know this. So in here, I would say select a star from vehicle where year equals this, and I will pass the made year. When you create this one by using the question mark and passing the parameter as a tuple like this, then the SQL injection cannot happen. So this is the better way of using it. Working at the SQL level is not a good idea when we use an object oriented language like Python. But how about using an ORM? Are you interested? Well, in the next video, I will talk about Python ORM SQL Alchemy. This was the part 12 of this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will upload the next part very soon. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you later.